The Sunday Times calls him one of the world's top comedians. He's appeared on pretty much every British panel show under the sun, seen global success with his second Netflix special and has a podcast. Now he is touring New Zealand. Comedian Russell Howard joins us. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, not for the first time. You've been here several times before, but the last time you were here, you had to do the 2 weeks in MIQ.
That's right, yeah.
And I've seen
the Grand Millennium.
We had
I had a walk around there yesterday. I went to the car park because that's all we were allowed to do. We were allowed to like walk around in the circle, and it was so fascinating. It was like going back to prison. And
PTSD?
Say again?
You get PTSD going around there?
No, I couldn't believe how it was so. I can't explain to you how exciting it was. Like,
are you kidding?
Mate,
you liked being back in MIQ.
When you've got nothing, you're in your room, and all you're allowed to do is walk around in a circle in a garage. Honestly, but it's amazing how quickly your brain goes to. We go to get to the garage too. But we had a quiz as well. That was my favourite thing. So they poke a little trivia quiz for us to answer to try and unite all the troops. And if you won the quiz, the prize was an extra night stay at the hotel.
No way. Really?
Pretty good. Pretty common. As if anybody's there going, yeah, can I extend my stay? But
so you were getting all the questions deliberately wrong then, probably.
Exactly.
I love that when we introduce you, often we say you were the first comedian to be allowed back through the border. Like you're, you know, the New Zealand government has sat there going, yes, you're our favourite top comedian, you're allowed to come through.
Yeah, we had to kind of appeal for them to let us, because we had all the dates in place. So yeah, it was like paradise. And yeah, just 2 weeks, and then you're able to go outside, do gigs. It was great.
One of your memorable moments from last time came in Tauranga, and there is a particular person you met there, I understand, that you would like to see again.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, you're a friendly people, that's fair to say. Very welcoming, I get hugs, I get waved at. But in Tauranga, if I'm pronouncing that right, this guy was in a truck and he kind of pulled over and said that, I can't do your accent, but he went, "You're my wife's weird crush."
Weird
crush. And I kind of went, okay. And then he narrowed his eyes and went, "What do you reckon?" And I sort of backed off. But I'm intrigued to see if I see him again.
Well,
or her, maybe.
Or her.
Yeah, we actually did
what? Oh, God,
we've got a surprise for you today.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually wanted to do that, but would you like to see that person again? What would you say to them?
I was flattered, if I'm honest. I mean, the word weird is a bit strange. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you might see her and want to go there. Who knows?
But yeah, there's something bizarre about that. There's this lady in Tauranga and I'm her pity shag. So there's something quite funny about it.
I think maybe he means like celeb shag, right? Like it's your,
yeah, maybe.
It's your free card.
Yeah, but it was just like I was just walking along. But I don't know what I'd do if I saw her.
Well, if you do happen to be watching
whoa.
feedback at amshow.co.nz. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
You might get a few. Yeah. There might be a few responses.
If we do find her, though, would you come back on the show and have a like live on air?
What are you suggesting?
Live on air what?
Yeah, well, I mean...
Lloyd,
have your first date live on air.
Show.
The news is very different in New Zealand.
Yeah, we're so loose here. You've realised.
You talk about the news. A lot of your comedy is around current events, political satire.
Yeah.
When you go places, do you scrub up on what's going on in that country, or do you look at world events? You know, do you know much about what's happening here?
Yeah, I have to have a little read. I'll be honest, I haven't done my research. We only just got in the other day, so I need to find out. Last time I was here, it was Auntie Cindy, but now it's very different.
Yes.
And I don't know what I don't know how the new guy, how people feel about him. It was very interesting last time because it just felt like everyone was united behind the government, and your health minister had like a dance track, and everyone was singing along to it. But
did we?
Right.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, that was
I was watching
Bloomfield's.
Yeah, and people were like kids were sort of singing and dancing to it. It was great.
We've actually kind of blocked that period from our minds. I think this is why we can't recall it.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but there's so much. It's not just politics. It's just that this country is very interesting. Like it's one of my favourite drinking games. Came from last time we were here. We were in Dunedin hanging out with some students. Yeah.
What happened?
It was a drinking game called the Possum. Do you know that?
Is that when you climb a tree and you've got possum hands?
No, close.
Yeah.
So you get a load of beers, you climb a tree, You drink the beers in the tree, and if you fall out, you're a possum. Yeah, exactly.
Don't try this at home.
No, it's just the most ridiculous drinking game, but yeah, it was cool, man.
In terms of current events now, I was just thinking, you know, what is something that is going on that's quite interesting, and I thought this issue about deep fake pictures, you know, there's Taylor Swift, and, you know, when you're making fun, I guess, of the absurdity of real life, but then we have these deep fakes that are out there now. How do you tell the difference between something that's funny because it's real and something that's not true anymore?
Yeah, it's a good question, isn't it? Because sometimes you're like, is this a true story? There was one recently, and I couldn't believe it was true, but it happened to be. But in the UK, we no longer sell curved croissants in our largest supermarket because enough people wrote to Tesco complaining that they struggle putting jam on curved croissants. So as a nation, the Brits were defeated by bendy bread. And you assume that that's nonsense, and yet apparently thousands of people were writing to a supermarket just, I can't put the check, just, it's so confused.
I mean, they've got a point though. It is annoying when you want to hinge on it,
but you don't,
and then the hinge breaks and you're like, oh heck, here we go.
See, you're part of the madness.
Yeah, but we don't do jam here, we do ham and cheese.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that's easy. You just pop it. But the point I'm making, it just, with all the world's problems, it seems bizarre that people are writing to a supermarket, just make the croissants straight.
I think there are some rules around the shape of fruit and veg in the UK as well. I think there's rules.
Wow.
Around,
Well,
we just found your quiz speciality.
Yes,
What are the rules?
I think there was something around banana. You're really putting me on the spot now.
There was a big thing around the EU that
straight bananas.
That's right. But again, that was like a bit. Nigel Farage was like, Belgium are trying to bend our bananas in a way that aren't British, and then that became a story that the EU was somehow sort of getting pears and squishing them and making them non-British, and everyone got really angry about it, and then realised it was a trick.
Wow. I mean, I didn't notice any of this stuff when I was in the UK.
Whereabouts were you?
You were just happy with your bananas and your cross.
I was just going, this is way cheaper than New Zealand.
Whereabouts in the UK were you?
In London.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Just on a break? Just chilling?
No, I worked there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but Mel and I both worked there.
Oh, right.
For many years. Not together, but I didn't notice.
We did the handover to each other.
Yeah, but
you did the what?
As correspondents, you know.
Oh, right,
as Europe correspondents. But I didn't notice the bendy fruit and veg or ugly fruit and veg.
No, well, there's not. There's not. There's rules against it. Russell, what are you most looking forward to around New Zealand? Because I know you're getting into a lot of the smaller towns too, the smaller cities as well.
Yeah, we're going. I just love travelling and gigging. It's my favourite thing. And then, so the show, I've done like 200 shows. We did a bunch in the UK and America. So it's just sort of them putting the show through New Zealand and Australia to get it ready for the special. I kind of like just seeing what bits. It's always fascinating, the things that work and then the things that don't. And then you have to just sort of fix it as you go.
Are we like guinea pigs?
No, you're at the end, so it's all there, and so it's just kind of.
So we actually get the.
You're the final jury. Yeah, exactly. Right. To see what, but it's you don't realise so many things that are weird about your culture until you see another. I remember talking about. Do you have lollipop men here?
Yes.
It's usually school kids, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are they like stop go?
Yes. So you have them, we have them. In America, not so much. And I didn't realise how weird it is until you explain it. So I was doing this gig in New York and I was chatting about lollipop men. And I was like, you know, when you need to get kids across the road, you give an old man a lollipop. And this guy went, why? And I was like, I don't know. And you sort of realise how absurd it is. So there's something about travelling, doing comedy. It sort of gives you this sort of third eye on your culture. So that's what I love, really, just sort of mooching around the world and picking bits up.
Can I quickly ask, in that Tauranga liaison you had, because my parents...
It wasn't a liaison.
Sorry, the offered liaison.
It was an offer, yeah.
Sorry, the offer.
Yeah.
My parents are in Tauranga and my dad does drive a truck.
OK.
What kind of truck was it? What did this man look like? Because I just...
It was a blue truck. He had a friendly face.
My dad does drive a blue ute.
Oh, really?
Has he got a friendly face?
Was it a double cab?
What's
a double cab ute? No?
It looks spacious. Yeah.
Okay.
What's your mum called?
Wendy.
Wendy.
Was her name Wendy?
It's ringing some bells, I think.
I'm so sorry, Mum.
Wendy. The Wendy lady.
Yeah.
She's going to make me a real boy. Well, this has really changed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It has. It's gone in directions we never expected. 4 minutes to 8. Thank you so much for being with us, comedian Russell Howard.